Welcome everyone to another episode of Windows on Wellness, and this is an opportunity to hear from mainly women about the work that they do, but mostly about the care that they take of themselves and their well-being tips for us all to reflect on and take what serves and leave what doesn't. It's my pleasure today to welcome Edmee, who's going to say a little bit about herself, and we're going to talk all things self-care and service. So let me bring Edmee into the room. How are you doing today, Edmee?
I'm very well, Shanaz. Thank you for having me today.
It's an absolute pleasure. So this Windows on Wellness series is very much about finding out from the people that I speak with a little bit about their own self-care. So my question first is, how does Edmee look after Edmee?
Oh, lovely question. So I stammer when I speak. So I am really aware about how I have to take care of myself every single day.
Mm-hmm.
And self-awareness, I think, for me is really important because when I'm aware of how I'm feeling, especially the thoughts around my communication, I can then change the way I feel. And then that means I can change the way that I behave around things. So I do breathing every day, every morning when I wake up. I just become aware of my breath. Very easy, simple exercise. And then I think about one or two things that I'm really grateful for. And then think about the things that I may need help with during the day and just give it up to my breathing. I think breathing is such a precious thing, isn't it? And yet we take it so much for granted.
Indeed, we do. And there has been quite a burgeoning of kind of breath work and breath work practice. And like you say, we take it for granted, but just taking a moment each time to, come back to the breath and regulate internally so that we can do what we need to do. That's so lovely to have that reminder. Thank you so much for that. And tell me, my dear, when you have spent the time caring for yourself, how do you show up for others? What do you do to kind of serve others? What are your offerings, as it were?
So, interestingly, I speak on how communication is your superpower, and I help people to get rid of communication anxiety, whether it's one to one or before a crowd of people. And I think that when I look after myself, and I really do look after myself every day, specifically with breath, because I know breathing will help me to speak clearly and to help my words come out articulately. But I also go out into the woods every morning and have a nice walk. And I think that's just one of nature's wonderful things, isn't it? I have a dog, so I have to do it every morning. And I'm
Yes.
so grateful for having a dog because I think she really gets me out. And just being able to commune with nature, to be able to stand in that beautiful array of wealth and and just prosperity around blooming, because I look around nature and I just think it's so vibrant and so full. And then I'm able then to give um, my clients, my neighbors, my friends, the people that I talk to, the ability then to just be themselves, be authentic, and to really be able to stand with who they are. Because I think sometimes we forget who we really are, and we try to be something that we're not. But I think when we become aware of nature, of our breath, and how being alive is such a gift, I can do so much for people. And sometimes it's only just listening, because sometimes we just want a listening ear, and depending on what people need, just listening to them sometimes gives them an opportunity to just think through what's going on within themselves.
100%. I really, really relate to that. And being amongst tree beings, as they're often referred to, and that sort of, whether they're the very tiny trees or very majestic, just being able to demonstrate to us the power of being firmly rooted and grounded in yourself, as you said. It's such an easy reminder every day to find that power from within. And then, yes, the winds may come and we may have to bend with the wind. We may have to move with, the stormy weathers. But hopefully we won't often break. So that's a really important message.
Yes.
And so you talked about serving clients. What are the kinds of things that people can come to you for? The listening ear is a really important one. What else can we do with you?
So I think my clients come to me because they're feeling either stressed or anxious about communicating,
Yes.
either one-to-one or in a small group of people or to a large audience. So I can help my clients to change the way that they're thinking about communication, so
Hmm.
that those thoughts can be more empowering and positive, which then changes the emotion that they're feeling around speaking, and therefore the behavior will be more confident, more articulate, more clear. And I
Hmm.
know that I am actually living that every day, because every time I open my mouth, there is
Hmm.
always a question of whether I'm going to speak articulately or stammer. And so no one knows anxiety as well as I do. But being able to manage that every day, I think, gives me an opportunity to help my clients, whether it's a challenging board meeting, or whether it's a presentation, or whether it's just dealing with senior leadership that they've just been gifted and come into. I think
Yeah.
the ability just to be able to manage our thoughts when we're
Mm.
anxious or stressed
So
then
important.
changes everything about how we behave.
Yes, wonderful. Well, I would love to wander down that road with you a little bit more deeply another time. But for today, we're going to end with just your top tips for daily well-being. What would you recommend if people have very little time, but they want to make sure that they're checking in with themselves regularly? And as you say, managing those anxious feelings, what would you say are your best tips for well-being?
My best tips would be, number one, the minute you wake up, get in touch with your breathing. And that
Mm.
means just becoming aware. It's not really a very difficult or hard exercise to do, really, because sometimes we're just not aware we're breathing. And just
Yes.
bring that awareness, I think, is a really good thing.
Yeah.
And bringing that awareness to your breathing then helps us just to be connected with who we are, and that we are actually having a physical experience. So we are breathing, and that breath is happening in our bodies, and our bodies are grounded in the earth. So then being able to just go out into nature and feel that grounding, feel that ability to put our feet on the ground and think, this is where we are. We're on the earth having a physical, earthly experience. And of course, our minds and our bodies are synchronized then, aren't they? Because they're
Yes.
able to feel that physical reality of being on this earth. And then,
Mm.
of course, throughout the day, I think it's a really good thing. I don't always do it that regularly, but I do recommend that every hour, just check in.
Hmm.
What am I thinking? And once I'm able to check in, then I can observe my thought and then steer my thought. So,
Yes.
and I think steering the thought is so, so essential for us, because if we are able to steer that thought positively, that
Mm.
then connects to another positive thought, and we are then able to be more positive throughout the day rather than being dragged down by negativity. So I
Yes.
think every 1 hour, check in with your breath, check in, what am I thinking, observe it, and
Mm.
steer it to wherever you want it to go.
Wonderful. Such a great image in my mind there of things potentially wanting to go off track. And if you were to just catch them before they do that, rather than piling it all up till the end of the day, and then you've got to kind of deal with a whole mountain, taking those mini moments along the way to, yeah, just check in. Where am I going? Do I need to kind of bring this back? Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure, as always, to speak with you, my dear, and we will have another opportunity, I'm sure. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you, Shanas, for having me. I've really enjoyed it.
Thank you.